Hello and welcome to Academy of War Strategy Guide for C&C3. Today we start with GDI and we're playing on a map that's called Sterlix something or other. Sounds German. Sit back and enjoy the show. As you can see on the mini-map, this map is an urban area. This means a whole lot of buildings and a whole lot of infantry usage. There's blue Tiberium in the middle, Tiberium Spike on the bottom left corner, and Tiberium Strike on the top right corner. Now I'm going to change my spectator mode to Dragon Kai, which is of course me, just to show you some of the map features around here. This is what I'm doing right now in game. I'm checking out the map and moving my map around. Whenever you're playing on a new map, or a map you're not very experienced in, always take a look around the map, check where you're going to attack, check where you're going to defend, highly volatile areas, valuable areas, then possible terrain, this list goes on. Now this is blue Tiberium. As you know, blue Tiberium is very valuable. Now in this map, there's only one Tiberium field left out to be fought, and it's a blue Tiberium, which makes this blue Tiberium field very important to winning this game. Now I'm just going to skip forward a bit. Urban areas naturally offer defenders a very good advantage against attackers. Urban warfare favors infantry much more than any vehicle. Reasons for that are, the most obvious reason is the fact that there are buildings, and when infantry go in, they can fire out 360 degrees and fire the air, if they're missile infantry, without even being damaged themselves. The infantry also enjoy close quarters battle because of the tight corners, tight corridors and maneuver, and the tanks, well, they usually want to keep the infantry away from them, especially when you're going against Nod and they have those fanatics running at you. You want to keep a distance away from them. The problems of urban warfare is that if the urban area is very small, or just a very small portion of the map, and usually you would have other resources elsewhere, then going into that urban area will really help your defense. However, the good commander would obviously just avoid you and just go around you, take over the resources, and don't even bother attacking you. By that time, he'll starve you out of resources and just after you until you're dead. However, if the entire map is full of buildings, like this map, then you should take advantage of those buildings, because if you get enough infantry, they are impenetrable. Each field of fire covers every other field of fire, and if you have enough different kinds of infantry, these buildings are no longer buildings, they're death dealers. Now I'm just going to skip ahead to mid-game, so you'll see some of the action there. Well, my enemy is, well, let's just call my enemy Bob. Bob is showing us right now how to fight for a contested Tiberium field, especially when you're that close to each other. Now, this is a very good usage of guard towers, because, well, you'll see in a moment. Well, Bob's put me in a very bad position here. No, my harvesters can't harvest in peace, because he's putting his guard towers in front of it, and they have a very high amount of range. My tanks can't take out their guard towers, because they have anti-tank infantry all on the back supporting their guard towers. Combined arms. It's very useful. And my infantry can't take on the guard towers because it's a Tiberium field. They'll die. But no tactic is foolproof. Every tactic has its disadvantages. You can see in a moment how I use Bob's tactic against him. This is totally unrelated to what we were just talking about, but here you can see me trying to probe Bob's defenses. There's a probe because I was going to put some bloodhounds down when you looked at my top left corner. Then I decided not to, just to scout out what he has. Now it's a good thing I didn't put those bloodhounds down, because they would have all died. But the good thing that comes out of this is that now I know where all his infantry are. And also I know that he's got a whole lot of defenses here. Now I've just skipped ahead again, and as you can see, my harvesters are still getting on. In the few minutes that passed, I picked up the Stonic Towers. Now I'm going to use my Stonic Towers against his harvesters, and consequently his guard towers. Anyway, that problem is solved. Continuing from my previous attack, where I hit his base with a few APCs, I'm going to hit him where he's not defended and doesn't have buildings for his infantry to hide in. Looks like my assumption paid off. He didn't have many forces guarding his precious tech centers. All his power plants are lined up for the kill, and I just hear one thing trying to be repaired. Now this place is a good landing zone and mobilization zone. I have a battle rig here, several snipers, but most of my units are vehicles. There's a Tiberian field in front of me, which means any infantry, direct infantry hits would not be possible without at least some casualties. Oh, it looks like an overlord. Better go into mere support. Now let me put a good word for these orcas here. Orcas are probably the most underestimated unit in the entire game. But they are tank killing machines. They eat tanks for breakfast, literally.
Unit under attack.
They're also tough and durable, if you know what I mean. Most things in the world can't survive that many missiles. Now the rest of the game is just history. Bob quits after a few minutes, so I'm going to show you some sniping yardage.
Unit under attack. Unit wounded.
Firehawk docked and ready.
Bob shows us what not to do, taking on snipers who are in buildings using infantry. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Roger Q, your host for C&C3 Strategies.